Let us look at this question on complex numbers. So the question is, you want to look at W and Z. So I want you to look at this. So W is given to be, it's blurry, so I'll rewrite. So W is 3 plus 2I, and Z is 2 minus 2I. And this is Z dash, which is conjugate. So G dash, or the conjugate of Z, would be 2 plus 2I. So I'll explain this first graphically. So complex numbers can be understood as vectors. Okay, so, or in other words, they are point in a plane. Now real numbers, as you have learned up to year 12 or year 11, all real numbers can be plotted on a line. But when you come to complex numbers, you have to think of, you have to say, come out of line. Okay, you have to think in terms of a plane. Okay, and that's called an Argand plane. Argand plane, or a complex plane. In a complex plane, you're thinking of two axes. Okay, as x and y axis make up a plane. X and the real arm and the imaginary arm make up the complex plane. Now, the complex plane, is not same as the plane of this smartboard, the Argand plane. This is actually perpendicular. So this plane, or the complex plane, is perpendicular to the xy plane. So I can't draw it in a 3D, so you have to visualize it. So okay, so let me move on. So this is a 3 on the real arm, or the real axis, and this is 2I on the imaginary axis. So this point in this plane is called W, which is 3 plus 2I. And this is 2 on the real arm, or the real axis, and minus 2I is on this imaginary axis. So this point is your Z, which is 2 minus 2I. Okay, now the conjugate of Z is the reflection of this point if the real axis is taken as a mirror line. So if you reflect this point, it will be 2 plus 2R. So 2 plus 2R may be sitting here. Okay, so this is your Z dash, which is 2 plus 2I. Okay, let me write that. That is 2 plus 2I. So now you want to do the maths, or the arithmetics of multiplying and adding complex numbers. So here you have to treat this as simple algebraic expression. So here this is 2 times W. Your W is 3 plus 2I, plus your Z dash, or conjugate of Z, is 2 plus 2I. Am I right? Yeah. Okay. So now you have to simply expand this, as you have learned expanding brackets. So this is 2 times 3 is 6, plus 4I, plus 2 plus 2I. Now after this, you can add the real part with the real part. So let me underline. So this is the real part, and this is the real part, and you can add only the complex number, or sorry, the imaginary part with the imaginary part. So getting back to, so this is writing in 6 plus 2 are the real parts, plus 4I plus 2I. So the final answer is 8 plus 6I. Now, this is a very simple question. This can be an achieved question, but you can do this on a calculator. So if you go to run, okay, so let me delete this. So go to option, and F3 is complex numbers. So you press F3, and then you can type in 2 times W, which is 3 plus 2I, just like that, plus your Z prime, or Z dash, or conjugate of Z, is 2 plus 2I. The calculator, oh, I should have put this in bracket. It would not matter though, but it's good to follow tradition of putting in brackets. So this is 2 plus 2I, and you press enter. Oh, so this is in, I have to change the format, go back and I want this in this form, a plus bi form. Okay, so here is the answer, 8 plus 6i. So the answer is correct. Okay, and you can be happy and you can give yourself a smiley face. Okay, this is only an achieved question, you can't give any more smiley faces. Okay, the next question is, you're looking at u and v. Okay, so there's a formula when you're dividing complex number. So if z1, this, let me write the formula down first. If z1 is r1 cis theta 1, I'll explain this later graphically. Z2 is r2 cis theta 2. This is a good formula to remember when you're dividing complex numbers. So z1 divided by z2 is r1 divided by r2. You have to just divide the modulus part, cis theta 1 minus theta 2, just like that. Okay, now to explain this, so let me write my u. What's u? U is 2 cis pi by 3, which is pi is 180. This is in radians, so I like to think in degrees first. So this is 2 cis 60. Okay. Okay, now this cis is an abbreviation for 2 times cos 60 plus I sine 60. As mathematicians are lazy, they like to write abbreviations. Okay, I'll explain this later. Now v is where is v? V is 3 cis pi by 2. Okay, it's almost rugby time, so I'll have to leave quite early. So this is 3 pi by 2 is 90, so 3 cis 90, which is nothing but 3 times, cis stands for cos 90 plus I sine 90. Okay, I'll come to this now. Okay, so let me explain that. So if you draw again the real and the imaginary axis, suppose this is the real. Oops. So if you draw, this is the imaginary axis and this is the real axis. So what does it mean? So this is the real and this is the imaginary. So when you say 2 cis 60, ignore the cis part. So 2 cis 60 just means it's a complex number which is at a distance of 2 units from your origin. Okay, so it's a vector. Those who are learning, if you learn physics, you know a vector has got 2 components. One is the magnitude and the other is the direction. Okay, so this is a vector at a distance of 2 units. Suppose, say, so this is a distance of 2 units. Suppose this is 2 units. Say this is 1 unit distance, and this is 2 unit distance, and at an angle of 60 degree. So this is your u, which means, or this is written like 2 cis 60 degree. Okay, now so why do we write u? Okay, I'll not go into that detail. Okay, so the next is your v is 3 cis pi by 2. Pi by 2 is 90. So you go a distance of 3. So this is a distance of, say, 3. Oops. Distance of 3. Suppose this is a distance of roughly 3. So say this is, say, 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So this is your v, which is 3 cis 90. So can you see this is 90 degree? Okay. So here, if you want to do this using the formula, this would be v over u is 3, let me write 3 cis 90 over 2 cis 60. So just you can divide this is called this number is called the modulus or the distance, and this is called the argument, or 90 is the argument. Okay, and 60 is also the argument. So this is 3 divided by 2 times cis 90 minus 60, just like that. So this is 1.5 cis 30. So this is your answer. Now if you want to check your answer, suppose if you in the exam you don't remember this formula, this is a very neat, elegant formula. You can do by change this into this form, and you can also do by multiplying by the, it's a very lengthy process, so I'm not going into that. Okay, so let me look at the one more question here, two more questions. Okay, so yeah, write u as a complex number in the rectangular form. What's u? U is, okay, so we want to change this into, finally this is 1.6 1.5 cis, because the question was in radians. So 30 is pi by 6. So this is your answer. 1.5 cis pi by 6, 30. 180 divided by 6 is 30. Okay, now u we know is 2 cis 60. Now the question is, we have already done that, I think so. This is in the rectangular form. Okay, so u we know is, we have written like this. So u is nothing but 2 times cos 60 plus I sine 60. So this is 2 times cos 60 plus 2I sine 60. Now we can do this on a calculator, but you should know how to do without the calculator. So this is 2 cos of 60 is half. I know that. I'll show you later on the calculator. So this is 2 times 2I times sine 60 is root 3 over 2. Okay, so this is 1 plus this 2 and this 2 gets cancelled. 1 plus root 3I. Okay, so the calculator will give you, the answer is nothing but 1 plus 1.73 dot I. This is the answer. So now how to do this on calculator? You can go like this. So you go, what am I doing here? This is not working. Okay, I got stuck here. I can't move this calculator. Okay, see you in the next video.